What's up, Backpack Crackle? Here it is, the final video of the year. Can't believe fantasy's over again, and with such a distasteful ending, in my opinion. Not that Simon won, that's fine, but that I lost. That's the bad thing. Simon just texted me, what are the chances? Great video as usual, awesome start. So yeah, obviously Simon won the league again. Third win for him. Great. We're all thrilled. We're all very excited. No, I guess congratulations. Seriously, I promised I wasn't going to be bitter in this video. It's already coming out. The bitterness is already there. Second place, the Style Boys, as Brian texted me the other day. Seems like second place is his tradition. He's kind of like perennially a second place team. Last year he came through with that big first place victory, but alas, he's back to his home, his rightful place. Just kidding. Again, see? There's no bitterness here. My heart is fine. If I made this video a week ago, I would be just like furiously cussing constantly. I came in third. Whoop-dee-doo. I've named myself the People's Champion, and there's nothing anyone can do to take that away from me. So there you go. Not that I scored like 700 points in the playoff weeks and still had 4 moves left, but whatever. Anyways, it was another great fantasy season. One thing to address, ESPN has done this some years, not done this some years. So glad that we're ditching the website for next season. But you'll notice that the 5 through 10 rankings got all jacked up from the consolation playoff games. That will not be the case for the draft next season. It will be as it was at the end of week 22. So Leah will be in 5th. Tyler will be in 6th, and so on and so on. So don't worry about that if you're looking at that and thinking about the draft for next year. It will not stay that way. We are most certainly switching to the Fantrax website next year. Everything that I have watched, read, researched seems like it is a pretty easy website to use, and they have an app as well, so we'll still be able to have access to mobile. And we just wanted to deal with ESPN because they have so many problems, especially this year. It was just like so evident that they didn't care about what was going on with baseball. Yeah, great year. A lot of very interesting things happened. A lot of key injuries. I know injuries always play a part, but really, really big time major players getting injured, especially in the back half of the season. A lot of first round draft picks, high round draft picks went down as well. I'm going to write a note as well. I'm going to do my deals and squeals thing that I do every year of who got the best deals of the draft pick and greatest position players and biggest flops and all that stuff. I'll do that in a note form because in video it kind of drags. But yes, sincerest congratulations to Simon. He is a consistent, formidable fantasy team, and this year was no exception. Number one, number 2 in overall points for all year. He and Katie went back and forth with that. And just kind of a constant threat to be a fantasy champion. Brian had a fantastic season as well. Second place finish, very solid. He'd probably be one of the first to tell you that he had some good luck this year, but it's fantasy. It's all luck. It's all just madness. So good luck is what it is. He had a strong team that won a lot of games. My team got off to that terrible start and had a really strong second half and just couldn't quite pull it out in the first round of the playoffs, but had a really solid playoffs. Very happy with my team and what I was able to do this year. And Andy, didn't mean to totally snub you before. I'm just sitting here staring at the league homepage, and it's just got a big 1, 2, 3. But Andy coming in 4th place, he had a really solid team. We joked all week that we should have been the championship game. More bitterness sneaking right out there. To everyone, as always, wonderful, wonderful year. I think the moves limit experiment was a total success. We're definitely going to stick with that, much less for me to keep track of with the 1 week ad drop, blah, blah, blah. People don't have to ask me questions if they're allowed to do stuff, not allowed to do stuff. It's super cut and dry. I also love that it increased trading this year. The trades were really fun, especially in the first month or two, and people seemed to be much more willing to do that when they were really worried about their moves. We may even drop the move limit down a little more next year. I don't know. I've had several people tell me they wish the playoffs were, well, actually, pretty much everybody in the playoffs told me at some point they wish the playoff matchup was longer than a regular season matchup. We were going to switch back to that this year, but I heard back from several people that they weren't crazy about the idea of the last month of the season being kind of like garbage throwaway time. We will revisit that next season because there's some really strong arguments to be made for making the playoff matches longer. It makes the playoff a little more fair, I think, and you don't have to deal with young pitchers getting shut down if you start the playoffs a little earlier. Teams that are out of playoff contention just not starting their big players or letting guys just ride the bench or get extra days off because they know it kind of doesn't matter. You get to not deal with that quite as much when your playoffs are a little earlier and a little longer. But yeah, we'll revisit that all next season. Great year. Hopefully I'm not leaving out anything marvelously important or interesting. Like I said, I'm going to write a note as well. There's been a couple comments on the Smack board about switching up the draft order for next year, and there's always talk of keepers. I'm pretty much putting my foot down on the keeper talk. I really like that we draft from scratch every year. I know that some people get really attached to certain players, but I just don't want to throw away the first 1 to 5 rounds of our draft because of keepers, because that's kind of the fun, is doing the research and seeing what big names you're going to get and who's going to go to other teams and blah, blah, blah. So just table the keeper discussion forever until I die or am usurped as king of this fantasy outfit. All right, guys. Great year. Long video. Bad video. Another one. Got to stay consistent from day one to the end. Maybe next year I can think of some visual gags or at least have some jokes planned so I'm not just ranting like a moron, staring at a low quality camera for 8 to 12 minutes. Congratulations to Simon. Can't believe it's over. Go Yankees. See you next year.